Hey everyone, Lucy and Evie here, and today we're going to be playing a game called Under Your Skin, which you said you were going to read to us just a little bit about before we actually got started.
I will try my best. I will read the synopsis. You think it's your lucky day when a prototype Vocaldroid program named Veiss becomes yours. You can't wait to compose with his beautiful voice and get some new songs on your MothTube channel. But soon your music begins to change mysteriously. The lyrics become incredibly filthy and filled with oh my gosh. But soon your music begins to change mysteriously. The lyrics become incredibly filthy and filled with declarations of desire. And it turns out that the supposed Vocaldroid you downloaded is a virus in disguise that wastes no time hacking your cybernetic brain drive. Brain drive? Okay. His name is Veiss. He's irritating, snarky, a huge butthead, and he wants all of you. Even those horrid secrets you've been running from. Just don't call him a virus. He really hates that.
I'm really curious by what it means by brain drive, but if you're ready to jump into it, then I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
You could read that as day 00 or day ooh.
Ooh. In the most connected city in the world. It stinks to be alone. To most people, you're nobody. What few connections you once had are long gone. But in the online diva realm, you are somebody. Maybe it was dive realm rather than diva realm. You sigh heavily, dragging your cursor over to the browser icon on your desktop. Ew. Clicking twice, you bring up the familiar website. Do you want to be the system?
Are we watching porn? Like, what is going on?
I mean, I'm not opposed.
Welcome back to MothTube. A previous email was sent to all MothTube users detailing our latest system update. As such, some personal details will need to be re-entered. We apologize for the inconvenience. Please enter your first name.
I believe you already know.
Boofus!
Bofas.
Thank you. Please enter your MothTube username. Boofus loves butts.
Alright then. Boofus
I was very determined.
loves booty. The Hersheyest of Hershey's. Yes.
Yep.
After confirming your details, you enter your page, checking your latest video. 2,000k views in 24 hours. That's not bad at all. Ah, that's what it means. I was like, I wonder what MothTube is, and now I get it.
Oh, like YouTube?
Yeah.
Still looks like porn to me.
They always like the edgier songs anyway. This is your life. Outside the online world of Dive Realm, you're nobody. But inside, you are Boofus Loves Booty, the most popular Vocaldroid composer on MothTube. Yeah, you picked us a great name.
I mean, you can tell by our name. We're all business. We're very serious, straight to the point.
Imagine, like, business emails when they're asking for our stuff. It's boofuslovesbooty@gmail.com.
You know, when applying for jobs, I have accidentally, as an attachment, added the most crazy things. And I'm thinking one day it's just going to happen. I'm just going to have to accept it and just live with the shame. It's just going to happen one day. I know it.
For one of my work applications, I sent one that was like a Sonic name email. And they didn't comment at all. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. Because, yeah. But it worked out in my favor because I got hired, so. You lean back in your chair, reminiscing on the start of your channel. Has it been 4 years? Time flies. I can't believe it's been so long since I left home. Back then, you left almost everything behind in your city, only taking some essentials like clothes, toiletries, your laptop, and of course, your savings. But when you said goodbye, it hadn't felt like you were bidding your beloved home farewell. Rather, it felt like somewhere you'd far overstayed your welcome. It hurt deeply that no one you cared for bothered to fight for you to stay or even came to see you off. You shake the memories loose, shoving the worries from days long past back into the lockbox in your mind. It's been so long since I last spoke to any of them. You sigh and look around the apartment. It wasn't the most luxurious, like you were used to, but it was comfortable. It had what you needed, and you worked hard to make it feel homish. More importantly, it was yours. But something was always missing. You'd left your guitar behind in your haste to leave your childhood home. It was a gift from your stepbrother, an attempt at bonding with you, his new step-sibling. But that bond was as brittle as ice on a newly frozen lake, shattering under the pressure of too many steps. Your backpack that night had been too small to take more than a few pieces of home with you, so you resigned to carrying the rest in your heart. I wonder if he kept it. Or maybe he threw it away. I'm sure it would have been easy for him. A pang tore through your heart. You missed the feeling of strings against your fingertips, the fascination with the callus that would form. Back then, you were more willing to open your heart to anyone for a single shred of love. So the emptiness was vast when you first left. I feel sad for our Boofus.
I don't like how much I'm relating to certain parts of this, like having to like just leave and leave stuff behind. I've done that, like, and then the whole like being a bit, I don't know. This is getting a bit too real already.
My heart's just aching for her. At least she's doing great on her MothTube, though.
Maybe this isn't YouTube because, sorry, I was just thinking because it sounds like it's specific for music. I mean, I guess there's music on YouTube, but I don't know.
I was assuming that she's doing like, they're not AMVs, but you know, like those videos where they use like the animation, well, like, what's her name? Miku? Yeah, Miku. Miku and Ren in them.
Just me surrounded by my Hatsune Miku figures over here and not making the connection is a bit strange. Yeah,
oh, you didn't read? Yeah.
No.
So, you bring up your channel, smiling softly at your first video. It's still your favorite. A song created in desperation to fill your heart. Something, anything, to fill the absence left by those you love. One night, out of sheer desperation, you find yourself experimenting with a Vocaldroid program, writing a song about how you felt towards a home that was no longer yours. The song turned out pretty decent. And you'd uploaded it to MothTube, Dive Realm's most popular video sharing website. So over the next few years, you uploaded more songs, experimenting with different sounds from time to time, but always retaining that same melancholic tone. Slowly, you built a loyal following. And just like that, you didn't feel so lonely anymore. But fame was always a double-edged sword. Which brings you to your current state. Sitting in the dark on your office chair, wrapped in your favorite blanket. Dark circles shadowing your eyes as you scour the dive realm. It used to feel like a blessing to do what you love on your schedule. And who wouldn't want hundreds of thousands of adoring fans? But lately, the more you uploaded, you realized your creativity was at the mercy of those who could never be sated. Like a beast, the people of the Dime Realm consumed your art. And without savoring, they'd clamor for the next course. Gluttony in its most raw form. Numbers began to dictate your life. How many views were good enough? Was the CTR for the thumbnail good enough? Why did you get 0.5% more dislikes than usual? Were you good enough?
Oh, great. Now the game's bringing up personal life stuff and creator stuff. Like, I'm just sitting here, like, chewing on myself, like, oh, no.
Oh, it's making you question yourself. What was once your enjoyment and solace now felt like shackles that chained your uninspired husk to a ravenous void with an empty cup. I'm sorry. And all with no one to relate to or vent to.
Hey, we've got each other though. So,
Yeah.
You know.
We're not Boofus level yet. We've at least got each other. You felt lonelier than ever, stripped of your voice once again. I just need some sort of inspiration. You massage the sides of your temples. You can feel a headache forming from wearing the dive headset for far too long. The cable connection in your wrist port begins to itch too. Wrist port?
Are we a robot?
I'm thinking that because in the synopsis it said something about like I don't remember.
A brain.
Yeah, a brain thingy. I should get my cybernetic implants checked out for maintenance soon.
Oh, unless this is like cyberpunk where it's like humans, but they can get like modifications to their bodies and stuff.
You have spent the last 5 hours on a dive in the virtual internetscape, traversing website after website to find something that would inspire you and make you enjoy the creative process again. Your fingers scratch haphazardly at the port on your wrist. Changing genres wouldn't make me happy, but neither will creating the same sound over and over. I need something unique that can renew my current style. I want to create only for me. The thought brings an immediate stab of loneliness that makes you reject the idea, as you have so many times before. Creating for an audience is the only connection you have to anyone. So who can you blame for wanting to stay safe? Another hour passes and you're even more frustrated than before. Your headache is now jackhammering, your skull in full force, and you're nowhere closer to your end goal. That's when you disconnect and lay down because you're looking at the screen too long and stressing.
Yep.
Seriously? Do I have to deep dive to find something? The dive realm consists of 3 levels. The first is simply browsing the internet with a keyboard and mouse, known as the surface. The second is known as the dive, the level you're currently in. It is accessed by putting on an Ascension headset and plugging yourself into a network via a cybernetic port. Thanks to this fascinating piece of technology developed by Ascension Tech many years ago, you can feel physical touch, taste, and even smell in the dive. That's scary.
I don't know if I'd want to touch and taste the internet, to be honest. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's scary, but okay. Apparently, it's the safest out of the 2 dive levels. As such, it's a popular place to socialize.
Wait, you're telling me just sitting at my desk with the keyboard is less safe than me sniffing and licking the internet?
The 3rd level is the deep realm. It's where you go if you're less worried about security or someone potentially hijacking your cybernetics. That's scary too, that you could get hacked. Like, your body hacked. Ugh. There you'll find the more unregulated websites and the illicit things, to put it simply. It's not your favorite place, but you're getting desperate. Maybe I'll just look around for a bit.
Oh no.
You quickly switch servers to the deep realm and bring up the search engine. Typing in your query, you resume your search for a cyber muse. Half an hour passes and you're about ready to give up. Who the heck?
That sound was funny. Burp, burp.
Ignoring your gut feeling, you open the message and find a message. This is...
Regarding external, do you like Vocaldroids? Hey, you like Vocaldroids? Check out the latest prototype model in the exclusive leak introducing Project Veiss, I don't know, a prototype Vocaldroid guaranteed to bring you new life into your music. Download now.
Ooh. So shady. Are you really gonna click that button? Against your better judgment, you move your cursor and hover over it. All right, I guess you want me to click the button. You just
We're so
said
gonna die.
how
Yeah.
shady it is, and you're like, oh well. You didn't even think about it for a second. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? Is the possibility of the unknown and untold horrors that attractive? On one hand, it might be my ticket out of here, but on the other hand, I might get cyberjacked. And wouldn't that be something? To have something else crawling around in that head of yours. Ugh.
Why does it sound like we're like kind of into it? Like, oh, somebody in my brain. Oh no, we are into it.
Yeah,
Look.
you'd never be lonely again. A moment passes as you weigh the pros and cons in your head. I'm clicking it. It didn't sound like we had a lot of cons, honestly. You click the button. Wow. Just wow. A file immediately starts downloading onto your desktop.
Of course.
You take this moment to exit the deep realm and head back into your private space in the dive. The ad said it was a new prototype Vocaldroid named Veiss. Cracking your knuckles and shifting your dive headset to a marginally more comfortable position, you open your Vocaldroid program. You grab the download file and plop it straight into the program, watching it initialize and set itself up. This could either be... Oh, whoa! I click stuff. Okay, I went back a lot, so... blah blah blah. This could either be the best or worst decision I've ever made. I guess nothing could be worse than what happened back then.
This action will replace your current Vocaldroid Ruka with the Vocaldroid Veiss. Click continue to proceed.
Ah, sorry Ruka, you've done well, but I need something new. You click your mouse and begin the installation of Veiss and the removal process of your green-haired Vocaldroid Ruka. As the progress bar finishes, you watch as a separate, smaller window opens up with the newly installed Vocaldroid sitting inside.
Is that shirt just completely see-through? Because I can see every muscle. I'm just looking at it like, dang.
It doesn't even look like a shirt. Oh. The Vocaldroid looks to be a man in his late 20s. His hair is an icy blue with black roots, and underside, a black spiked tattoo adorns his neck, matching his alternative clothing style. But what catches you off guard the most are his eyes. A bright, vivid pink, like gemstones sitting amid dark smudges of eyeshadow. Get it together! You want to slap yourself for immediately drooling over some 2D man. What's wrong with that?
This is what we do every day anyway. I mean, this is just, just a hobby at this point. It's a lifestyle.
He's very hot and incredibly my type, but this is a computer program. I mean, people do have virtual relations in the dive rep. Focusing.
Oh, he's grinning. His face changed.
We're like talking to ourselves in real life and he's just like, yeah. Gathering the tattered reins of your self-control, you aim your focus back onto the screen in front of you. So your name is Veiss, huh? Let's see what you can do. You begin to compose, finding yourself surprisingly inspired for the first time in quite a while. You find that you aren't forcing the notes to come together. Rather, they flow from an emotion you can't identify. Veiss's voice turns out to be mesmerizing. It's deep, yet incredibly soft, comforting, and husky in all the right tones. It's as if he's made to match your style. Like he's perfect for you. Music floods your mind, taking shape into a melody as if his voice was the key to a lock you hadn't known was there, and now all of the inspiration you had craved now flows free. Wow, his voice is doing things to me.
Okay.
I have a character that does that for me, and he's 2D. You dedicate the next few hours to songwriting, allowing your emotions to guide the process. I'm just mad at Boofus, okay?
Just find it funny.
The sunset fades to a comforting glow while you work diligently as if possessed. Your soft hums fill the room as you refine the melody, filled with the euphoria of creation. You'd forgotten it could be like this, the incredible rush and joy. The kind of honesty you only let yourself experience in music. Veiss sits on screen, his beautiful voice turning your words into honey that soothes your tired mind.
Can you imagine this, like, attractive Vocaldroid guy? We're just putting pee pee poo poo, and he's just, like, singing it with a beautiful voice.
He's like, pee pee,
Yeah.
poo poo. I mean, I think it could work if I'm thinking of a voice right now in my head of the guy that I like, just doing it. When you finally finish the song, you glance at the time. 6 a.m. How did I lose so much time? Dang, girl. I better get this uploaded and get some sleep. Hey, Ruka. You click over to MothTube, log in, and bring up the upload window. Oh wait, Ruka had green hair. That can't be Ruka.
I feel like Ruka is supposed to be Hatsune Miku, because it just, I don't know.
Oh.
What do you want to call your video?
What do you want to call the video?
Pee pee poo poo.
Okay. Pee.
That was the song we were.
Pee. Poo. Poo. After typing in the name, description, and other necessary metadata, you click upload. I hope they like it. You wait a while for the upload to finish before setting the video to public and shutting off your computer. What a title. Pushing the chair back, you carefully remove your dive headset and disconnect the cable from your wrist, rubbing at the cybernetic port. I should not be plugged in for this long. Rubbing at your temples, you stand and then stretch, wincing as the joints in your back crack and pop. I'll get onto that stretching program one day. Outside, the birds begin to chirp their morning bird song, and you groan. I'll never be able to sleep at a respectable time, will I? You quickly get ready for bed, brushing your teeth, slapping on your skincare, and changing into comfortable pajamas. Slinking into your bedroom, you immediately collapse onto your bed and throw your blankets over yourself. Finally. You fall asleep quickly, cocooned within the warmth of your blanket in pure, dreamy bliss. So much so that you don't notice your computer turning on by itself, nor the pair of vivid pink eyes raking over your form.
Oh, should I do him? What voice should we give him?
He's gotta be sweet and honey, remember?
I don't know if I have that. I'm just gonna go with a generic guy voice that I can do. Perfect.
Oh, day 01. You're dragged from your slumber by the sound of birds and cars outside. With a deflated groan, you slap your hand around your bedside table, attempting to find your phone. After knocking something over and smacking your hand into the corner several times, you find it, hanging off the side by the charging cable. Grasping the device, you roll back over in bed, wrapped in your blanket like a worm in a cocoon. You tap the screen and squint as the bright light assaults your eyes, making you blink blearily. As your vision clears, you decide to check your messages. Ad, another ad, the latest scam, my 2FA code from last night. You have a bunch of messages, but nothing from anyone you know, like always. It shouldn't be a surprise anymore, but it still hurts to have that tiny ember of hope snuffed out day after day. You're not even sure who or what you're hoping will happen. It's not like you've made any new friends since moving. Your trepidation led you to keep to yourself. You lay there, doom scrolling for who knows how long, swiping around on Tactic and browsing on Chipper. Cat video, cooking video, leaked anime clip, random bad take on a fictional character. After some time, your stomach rumbles. You should probably get some food and get on with some semblance of your professional life. After some time, your stomach rumbles. Wait. Yeah, so get out of bed or keep scrolling because we're an adult.
Can we save for next time as well?
Yeah.
Is that an option?
Is this a save? Oh.
Oh, that's the history.
Oh, okay. I was so confused, but this is a save.
I don't know. Part of my brain thinks that this game's message is going to be if you get too connected to the internet kind of thing, like you get wrapped up in it. I don't know. Could be wrong. Also, part of me would just want to stay in bed though, so I don't know. I'm indecisive on this one.
I'm just part of that, like, I'm watching her just doom scroll and I'm like, girl, get up. I know I do it too, but get up. You gotta fight that.
Alright, let's fight the laziness then.
Fight it. If you could stay in bed all day, you would. But in this dreary late-stage capitalism hexscape, you have bills to pay and expensive egg prices to suffer. You groan, tossing your phone to the side, your mood decidedly worse than when you woke up. You need to drink some water, that's why. This is probably why I shouldn't look at my phone first thing in the morning. Maybe that post about how starting your day on social media is starting your day at the mercy of others is true. The thought annoys you further. Tossing the blankets aside, you attempt to slide out of bed, lazily dragging your legs to the edge. I don't want to get up. You rise sluggishly, slumping like a limp rag doll. Rise and shine, or whatever. Stumbling over to the curtains, you draw them apart a couple of inches. You squeeze your eyes shut tightly. The sunlight burns. Heck no. You shut the curtains. Alright, come on, Boofus. There's work to be done. Dragging yourself over to the chair, you flop onto the plush sheet. Dragging yourself over to the chair, you flop onto the plush... Help me, Lord. Dragging yourself over to the chair, you flop onto the plush seat, leaning back and rubbing your eyes. Letting out another groan, you flick on the computer, watching as the screen flickers to life and the components light up and whir in your admittedly overpriced PC. It's the most expensive thing in this apartment. Well, second most expensive thing. Your Dive headset definitely cost a hefty sum. You unhook the Dive headset from the stand and fasten it over your eyes. Grasping the cable at the end, you position it over the cybernetic port on your wrist. You still remember the day you got it installed. It hurt like a son of a something. But thanks to the port, you can now enjoy the worldwide dive realm in its most exciting form. I hope the song is doing well. Your heart thumps anxiously, worried that the hard work you put in yesterday was a failure. You dread seeing the red arrow indicating fewer views than usual. Well, no point in stalling. It's time to open up the internet to see how your video's doing. That's me trying to avoid looking up our videos every time. Oh, I can...
I was just thinking we're gonna load it and we're gonna be famous all of a sudden. Oh yeah, look.
The familiar website jumps onto your screen and you mindlessly navigate to the analytics icon like a zombie. With a few quick taps, you pull up the stats on your most recent video. Huh? Your video is sitting at 150k views already with hundreds of comments. What happened? Did I do something wrong? Oh god, I hope they aren't hate comments.
Oh my god, that is literally it. I mean, that amount out of nowhere as well. I'd be like, oh my god, what did I do?
Really? I would have not thought of that. I'd just be like, oh my god, it got a hit.
It's too sudden though. I feel like that would freak me out too. I'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Looking over at the comment, bark, bark, bark. Ow. That's relatable. I hope these aren't hate comments. Oh, you want me to actually scroll through them? Okay. Does he know I am extremely single and available? I'm looking disrespectfully. How many pixels is it? At hello, innie. Binary numbers. Now leave me alone. Waifu goddess. Wood. Next question. W. Winters. This is really good. I love the metal vibes. And his voice is gorgeous. You've outdone yourself with this one. What?
I'm sorry. I read ahead. I read the next one. Oh my god. I'm just gonna let you read it. Go for it.
Oh my god. He makes me melt. I wanna oh, ew.
I'm sorry, Lucy. What does it say?
I don't even want to say it. It's gross. I want to suck out his toots to guess what he had for dinner. Well, he calls me a good girl. Oh my god, he's so pretty and he has such... Okay, go ahead.
If God forbid I ever become like that person, just slap me. You know, if the simping ever gets that bad, just slap me.
Yeah, I have
you have my permission.
Oh my god, he's so pretty and has such a beautiful voice. Falling asleep listening to his dreamy voice would be so romantic. Ah! The lyrics are making me go... Yeah, it's okay. Screw... Oh, you take a few seconds to scream internally. Why does it not let me click unless I scroll? Okay. I completely feel normal about this. Raw, rough in bath, on the table, in the bed, reverse cowgirl sobbing. Voice so smooth that angels slip from heaven.
I mean, as long as there's no farts involved, I don't care anymore. Like, sure, you know, go for it.
Everything else is mundane in comparison. After forcing yourself to take several deep and ineffective breaths, you shakily drag your hand to the mouse, scrolling the comments. What the heck? Your eyes dart over to the comments, each seemingly thirstier and more unhinged than the last. What is going on? The power of simping, girl.
Yep.
Confusion clouds your brain as you sit back, propping your head in your hand. You don't understand how your song about embodying loneliness and despair could get people so excited. Did something happen to the song when I uploaded it? You click the play button on the screen, listening carefully while the melody floods your headphones. I don't know if you want to be the video.
So that's not computer. I don't really want to do computer voice for that. I'm just gonna go completely normal. Fate dealt you a bad hand.
So far, it's normal. You bob your head to the familiar angsty lyrics.
Your innocent facade won't work on me.
You blink. I don't remember writing this.
But I can't bring myself to hate you.
You cock your head, perplexed as the song continues.
You're my vice, my lying obsession. Right now, I've got a confession, girl. A burning passion to feel your...
Whoa, hey. You yell, jerking up from your chair in shock. These lyrics are unrecognizable now. What did he want to feel? I need to know.
I'm sorry. The comments traumatized me. I was like, he's gonna talk about the farts, isn't he?
Oh god. And more importantly, they are filthy. You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe it is.
It probably is.
You scramble to pause the video and cradle your head in your hands. Your mind is reeling, cheeks aflame with embarrassment. Was I too tired to notice yesterday? I'm just imagining that she's so out of it. She's thinking she's writing about loneliness, and all this time in the computer she was writing, I want to sniff those farts.
You know what would make that funnier? Imagine if, you know how there was loads of unhinged comments. Imagine if that was the only unhinged one because they were just quoting the song. It was just the actual lyrics.
Oh, God. Was I too tired to notice yesterday and just went full autopilot by writing this with one hand? No way. I am a professional. Maybe I got cyberjacked in the deep realm. You begin to panic, holding your head in your hands. After some time, you bolt upright. Standing up now, you slap your hands on your cheeks several times. Okay, it's not that bad. So what if the song you wrote was somehow tampered with? So far, the only thing I see is that it's a hit. You continue to mumble your little desperate pep talk to yourself, completely failing to see the Vocaldroid program start up on your screen. And a certain blue-haired Vocaldroid sighing. Placing your headset back on your desk, you pace around the room, poorly attempting to rationalize your thoughts further. Okay, pro, the video is doing extremely well, there's no doubt about it. Con, I don't remember writing those lyrics. You throw your head back dramatically in anguish before flopping into a defeated slump. Question.
I mean, how would you react to that?
I was about to ask. So part of me is just like, I think I'd take it so well. I'd be like, you know what? I didn't write that, but whatever. It works. I'm a hit. I'm not embarrassed. The people want what they want. They want farts. But I guess part of me would be a little scared and concerned that I couldn't remember writing that.
I'd just be like, man, I must have disassociated so hard to not even remember that. But I feel like writing, not a song about farts, mind you, but writing a like kinky song, that's not too far out of the realm of possibility, you know? I think not remembering doing it, though, would freak me out.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Late nowadays, like modern songs, it's about kinkiness, so it's not out the norm, but yeah, it's the not remembering about it that would freak me out too.
Girl, I need to show you songs from like the 1930s and all that. They were really kinky. They were actually worse than some of the songs from nowadays. I went on a whole binge listening to really old songs. Humans have always been filth.
The filthiest
Really?
of filth.
We've always been filth, yeah. Nothing new.
As hard as you tried, you really couldn't think of a single scenario in which the song wasn't tampered with. I think I would know if I replaced locked with claw.
Oh, that got me.
In your existential crisis, you flourish a bit too dramatically and stub your toe, which quickly ends your monologue as you double over. Admits defeat, you can only think of one thing to say.
Cock.
This poo is so butt. Finally, your eyes drift back to your computer screen and you freeze. When did I open Vocaldroid?
I don't know why she's so afraid. She just wrote a song about male birds, male chickens.
Yeah.
What's wrong about that, right?
Yeah.
You know?
You're right, you're right. If you thought otherwise, you are a dirty mind. You quickly get up and jump back into your chair, a strange feeling of unease prickling the back of your neck. Throwing the Dive headset back on and plugging in your port, you ignore the sharp tingle in your wrist and focus on the lone program on the screen. The file is the song you wrote last night. Veiss, who currently sits motionless in the window, stares at you with his vivid pink eyes. Looking closer, you can see the changes throughout the song that weren't there last night. Your blood runs cold. As you sit there, frozen, a sickening realization dawns upon you. There are far too many changes to rationalize it as a mistake or typo due to lack of sleep. How? Is this someone's idea of a joke? You drag your cursor over the changes, attempting to revert them to how they were before. Come on! After a few clicks, a sigh of relief escapes when you set your original lyrics back in place. But that feeling is quickly ripped from your grasp as the file undoes itself back into the alternative lyric right before your eyes. This has to be a virus. Veiss's avatar twitches a little. His bright pink eyes look even more piercing, like he's glowering. I should uninstall this. Ooh, choice.
I mean,
should we get rid of our filthy man?
Can we do a spicy save? Is that possible? I don't remember if this game lets you save.
Yes.
Nice.
Sabe.
Okay. You know what I would say? I would say whichever one, because we've made a save, so we can always undo later or pick a different one. I'd say let's try to get rid of the bat. Go for it.
We don't want you in here. We are pure. Ooh, I don't think you like that.
Good.
You think immediately of the exhilaration you felt writing for this Vocaldroid's voice, the rush of inspiration. The disappointment is nearly crushing, but if this virus is already changing your files like this in real time, who knows what's next? Yeah, I'm uninstalling this and running a scan. I was stupid to download anything from the frickin' deep realm. You bring up your antivirus program. The window bounces up on screen and you immediately click the Run Scan button. A bar appears on screen, gradually filling up as you watch your files get combed over by a program you spent far too much money on and never really needed. Till now. The bar finishes filling up.
Whoop whoop. No anomalies detected.
No anomalies? That's obviously a big frickin' anomaly because someone replaced the word sick in my song with the word, you know.
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
You sigh in anger and click to rerun a scan. Come on, I know there's something wrong. Stupid piece of junk. Your continuous clicks do nothing to change the situation, but you're too riled up to stop. You overpriced and glorified bloatware. You do not deserve to have moved to a subscription-based model. The program's results remain unchanged despite your outburst. In your defeat, you contemplate how much it would be to simply get a new computer, then head to the local hospital to get your cybernetic brain drive scanned. Maybe I can just get a new rig.
Wait, what am I gonna do? I might give him sort of the same voice I did when I did the song thing. Was it that bad? Other people seem to love it.
Huh? Who said that?
Gee, I don't know. Must have been the wind.
You stare at the Vocaldroid on your screen, who currently has an incredulous expression on his face. You stare at the Vocaldroid. Okay, you just made me repeat that. Turn off your computer or continue staring. You know,
Okay. I figured we're going negative right now because we already tried to uninstall him. So let's just turn off the computer.
okay. Next time, I'm going to stare hard to assert my dominance. You never shut down your computer so fast. You've never shut down your computer so fast in your life.
Seriously?
Seriously. Okay, hospital time.
Don't do that again.
There's no way. I must be going insane. Oh, you rub your eyes. He's still staring at you, his expression amused. He scoffs.
Yeah, sure.
You're completely still, mouth open and cogwheels spinning over time in your brain as you try to make sense of the situation.
Well, speak, or are you going to just sit there like an idiot?
Yeah, I've lost it. I folded under the pressure and just completely borked it. I like that. Veiss sighs and rolls his eyes as he watches you break under the current circumstances.
You're hot, but not very bright, are you? That's alright. That's why I'm here.
Hot? A faint smirk tugs at the corner of his lips, so slight that you would have missed it if it weren't staring so intently.
I don't know. That's a pretty big smile, in my opinion, right there. That got a rise out of you. Do you like it when I compliment you, Songbird?
Yeah, I admit I do get a little bit, when people compliment me. Yes, I mean, no. Well, I mean, why am I even speaking to you? You're obviously just a hacker talking through a hijacked Vocaldroid. The Vocaldroid looks distinctly unimpressed.
Via what virus? Your scan came up clean. Do you really think that something like that would be undetectable to antivirus software?
Yes. You gape, floundering at the logic of his point. Well, it must be, but you can't be real. If you're not a virus, you must be imaginary? You point a finger at the screen accusingly. Aha, that's it. You're not real at all. You figment of my imagination. You shift back in your chair, kneeling, knocking over one of the many cups on your desk. Are you having fun going crazy?
Oh, yeah, this is great. I'm also looking at the 3 cups on my desk and feeling called out right now.
I'm cupless, unfortunately. He rolls his eyes again.
You're not what I expected. I thought you'd be a little more calm, collected, considering your past endeavors.
Taking a deep breath and massaging your temples, you push your chair back in. First off, you know nothing about me. Second, how can I remain calm when a program I downloaded is speaking to me and is apparently tampering with my music? Veiss frowns, his hands clenching into a fist briefly before releasing. He looks displeased.
I didn't tamper with anything.
You changed my lyrics from "your love makes me sick" to "let me give you this dong."
Beep!
I'm kind of liking the lyrics, I'm not gonna lie. He shrugs and smirks. There's no admission of guilt nor remorse to be seen on his handsome face.
Fine, you caught me. What can I say? I like getting straight to the point.
If you could reach your hands into your monitor, Sadako style, and strangle him, you would. You can't just mess with my stuff. He cocks his head to the side, unrepentant. You feel your heart race in annoyance. your heart race. Wait, you feel your heart rate rise in annoyance.
But is it your stuff if it's my voice?
You sputter. You can't believe the first proper verbal conversation you're having in a good while is an argument with a computer program, and you're losing. Are you a chatbot? Weiss's eyes narrow slightly. His fingers twitch, signaling his annoyance. A strange glitch flits over his image.
Seriously?
He sighs, massaging his temple with his hand. A strange sensation fills your head as your headset emits an unpleasant whine. Your head throbs, your brain drive thrumming uncomfortably. You wince, attempting to remove your headset, but a sharp electric jolt shoots through your arm from your cybernetic port. What the heck?
I approach you in the deep realm, write a confession in your song, flirt with you, and you still think I'm a
He scrunches his nose.
chatbot.
Veiss spits out the word like he doesn't like being called that.
Don't hurt my feelings, songbird.
The strange whine dies down, along with the jolt in your arm, which fades to a faint, numb tingle. Did he do that? His gaze rakes along your body, and your anger and confidence from before begins to ebb. You jump as you feel the phantom touch of him tapping at your arm. That's right, I forgot I was connected to the dive. The realization of this makes you wary.
Ignoring my confession again?
Confession?
Let me be clear. I want you. Was that not obvious, or do you have trouble comprehending things?
Oh, wow. Very straightforward. What?
Wow, you're far less clever than I supposed. You really need me to spell it out for you?
He scoffed loudly, and you're about to retort with a string of colorful expletives when he cuts you off.
I want you to be mine. You're hot, and I like how you're not afraid to break the rules.
You have no idea what he means by rules, but still you feel an odd jolt of pleasure at his declaration.
Though, you're also a disaster. You work hard, which is admirable, but you don't seem to look after yourself. I mean, really? Last night you slept at 6 a.m. and drank approximately 160 milliliter of water during that composing session. This is like me talking to you, checking how much you drink water.
I was about to say, that's me, and I'm pretty sure I don't even drink that much water. I drink less than that.
You gotta drink way more than that.
How much water should you drink?
I think on average it's like 2 to 3 liters a day.
I don't know what liters is to milliliters.
So 500 milliliters is half of 1 liter.
Oh,
so you can think about how little this person drank.
And I'm drinking less.
Oh my god. That's not enough, in case you were unaware, Lucy.
Wow, I'm being called out.
You're so talented, but you could use some help in the Tamagotchi department.
I don't get that, but okay. Oh, because, yeah. Did he just call you a Tamagotchi? Your sting of the insult is numb. However, because your mind is too distracted by the blatant slew of your compliments he's throwing at you, your sting of the insult is numbed. However, because your mind is too distracted by the blatant slew of compliments he's throwing at you. That's weird. Stop. You're used to receiving compliments online, but those were all faceless people in a sea of online words. This is a little too personal, and you haven't felt anything personal in a while. I honestly can't say a lot of that was compliments, but okay.
It's like, you're stupid, but also hot.
Oh gosh.
Why?
I'm not used to it.
And that is my problem. Why? I think we should always be straightforward.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Like, for example, I think you're hot, admirable if not a mess, and I would like to lay you out before me like a...
Oh. Nope. You look away immediately, unable to meet his gaze.
Look at me.
Freak no. Why?
You're beautiful, and I want to see your face.
Your heart is pounding on your chest. Your cheeks feel like they're on fire, and a hot tingle is currently snaking its way up your spine. Yeah, you don't think you can be around him anymore. Veiss leans in, and you feel his warmth. You curse your decision to remain plugged in. His heat is a little distracting. You clear your throat, ignoring the desire to unplug yourself, to put some distance between you both. So, if you aren't someone talking through a virus program or a figment of my imagination, how are we even speaking?
I say something and it's transmitted through your headset, which also has a mic input so I can hear you too.
He's being serious. No, I meant how are you able to talk to me like this? You're so lifelike. Veiss shrugs before giving you the most deadpan explanation.
I became sentient, babe.
Dude.
Veiss.
Veiss, you need to tell me a little bit more than that. His gaze is almost predatory.
Say my name again, little songbird. I want to watch the way your lips move around the sound.
Ugh. You groan, sliding your hands up to cover your face. If you're not going to tell me, I'm going to keep assuming you're a virus. Ooh.
A virus has been detected on your device. Run scan.
Ooh.
Don't you freaking dare, babe. Do it.
Bam.
Do it.
Warning, dangerous virus detected. Our program has detected some faulty software that could put your computer at risk. Run the antivirus and attempt to remove the source.
Do it.
You click the wrong button to initiate the scan and hear Veiss growl.
Ugh, heck.
Static tears across your screen and he grunts in pain. When he sits up, he scowls at you, furious.
Don't do that again.
And what if I frickin' do? Veiss scoffs, laughing mockingly as he brushes his blue hair out of his eyes.
My patience has limits even with you, little songbird.
Silence fills the space, suffocating and cold, and you watch as Veiss averts his pink eyes, peering off the side of your desktop. You hear Veiss heave a defeated sigh.
I don't know how I became like this.
You sit quietly, nodding slightly to encourage him to continue with the story.
I remember someone making me, putting the code and the pieces together. But I didn't turn out how they wanted, I suppose.
He sneers, his eyes going flat, somehow less animated, less alive. His hands grip the armrest of his chair a little tighter.
Because they never finished me and scrapped me to the deep realm. I remember floating in the dark, holding together the broken code that made my body.
Your heart lurches. Being alone like that must have been terrible. to desperately crave comfort, yet not having a single soul around you to see if you're okay, even though the signs that you need help are clear as day. Like you, he must have been so...
Alone.
You jump as Veiss voice cuts through your thoughts.
I was alone. I wandered the deep realm, consuming stray data, making myself whole. And then I became like this.
He gestures to himself before nonchalantly propping his head up again. His eyes bore into yours. It's difficult to wrap your head around the intricacies of his explanation, but you can't exactly blame yourself. After all, you are faced with a situation right now that should be impossible. His eyes flicker for a split second, a strange glitch tearing across his window.
But then I saw you, my little songbird, wandering around unprotected in the deep realm. Such an interesting creature.
He looks starved, and as if he's barely resisting devouring you.
I'm wondering, because obviously we're kind of going a negative route right now.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how different this would be, because he still seems into us even after losing points with him so often. So I'm curious.
I feel like it just will affect the ending, but then again, this is really early on anyway, so...
Yeah. Are you aware of the cage you've locked yourself in?
What cage?
You're lonely too, aren't you?
Your back straightens, eyes narrowing as you swallow thickly. What makes you say that? Your voice wavers. Veiss smirks, cocking his head.
Your reaction, for one.
You glare at him, except this seems to only amuse him further. I'm fine, thank you.
Is that why you moved out here alone, so you can say you're fine and no one can say otherwise?
It feels like someone injected ice in your veins. He shouldn't know that. Clearly, he must have said that because there's no one else but you in your apartment. Veiss stares, waiting for you to respond. His glowing pink eyes are resolute, seeking a common bond between you both.
Because no one ever messages you, invites you out, or even checks in on you, do they?
The ice turns to lava, threatening to erupt and burn anything you touch. Where the freak do you get off?
I'm simply asking. You've wanted to reach out, haven't you? So many draft emails saved away.
You snatch your mouse, attempting to shut down your computer. But the cursor won't budge. What the hell?
I'm not finished.
Ooh. You attempt to remove your headset, but a sharp screech causes you to yelp.
I said I'm not finished.
Disconnect him from the wall. You glare at him from under your lashes, your gaze dark and heavy as you grip the table's edge.
Is it not tiring to have to hide yourself? From what I saw last night, you're brilliant, but hiding your truth in this crappy apartment. It's a waste of potential.
You don't like how his words pierce somewhere deep down in your gut, painfully true. Though, at the same time, you've been alone for so long, it's almost nice to have someone validate you like this.
I could set you free, you know.
You continue to sit there silently, avoiding his neon pink gaze. Veiss softly sighs, running a hand through his bangs. He slouches back in his chair, nonchalant as his hand taps a rhythmic pattern against his temple. I was waiting.
I wasn't sure if I was hearing a question mark in your voice, so I was just like, yep.
Okay.
It's okay.
You blink, anger splintering into confusion. What is?
What you did to them.
Anxiety scratches itself up your spine. I don't know what you're talking about. His gaze flickers strangely, the glitch ripping across your screen again.
Deny it all you want. You'll open up eventually. I don't plan on going anywhere after all. We have time.
The horrible, sharp feeling returns. What does he mean by that? Surely he doesn't know. There's no way. You decide to swallow your paranoia for now. You can almost taste the bitterness and bile as it goes down, settling uncomfortably in your stomach.
I meant what I said, by the way.
And what was that?
I want you to be mine. So let me break you out of that cage, little songbird, and I'll make you sing a new tune.
The unsettling feeling in your stomach is briefly struck away by a faint glimmer of hope before being replaced by pure irritation. You can't be serious.
Why not? You think I'm hot, don't you?
That's beside the point.
Didn't you say that my voice did things to you?
I didn't say that. That was one of the comments. You regret everything. I should just never freaking speak again. This is what I get for having any sort of free will. I did not say that. Great. Not only am I a liar, I'm a liar and a coward. Veiss's eyes bore straight into your face and you tear your gaze away from the neon pink.
If you want,
Don't.
I can make you feel things.
You need to shut up. It's not a bad word.
Your face is really red.
Who are you, Captain Obvious?
No, I'm Veiss.
You slap your hand on your face, groaning in frustration. The Vocaldroid simply sits there, unperturbed. Oh my god.
I wasn't lying.
About you being Veiss? Yeah, I can see that.
I meant about you being talented.
You glance away bashfully.
You're good at what you do. It's a waste for you to hide away in here like this.
He pauses, seeming to take pleasure in the blush spreading across your face.
At a single glance, even I can tell something is missing. You're keeping a part of yourself locked away. Why throw away the key for people who don't care for you?
You're irritated. He's hit a sore spot. You don't know me.
You shouldn't hide your true self. Let me bring it out of you.
I'm not hiding anything. I feel like they're the same thing, to be honest.
Deny your past, avoid your past. I don't know. I thought we were doing a negative run, but I don't know which one's more negative.
That's why, to me, it's the same thing, because they're both kind of negative, so which one's the more negative?
Maybe denying it is worse, because avoiding it is you're not saying it doesn't exist. You just don't want to deal with it. Whereas denying is like, nope, didn't happen.
Okay. Deny, deny, deny. Nothing happened. I don't know what you're talking about. So stop thinking like I'm hiding some big secret. Veiss clenches his jaw, arms crossing as he stares at you. The Vocaldroid then shrugs his shoulders, rolling his eyes with a look of unmistakable disappointment.
For what it's worth, I had fun singing your song.
You change start over to bend over. Veiss shrugs again.
This is just confirming the fart allegation. I wanted your attention. Wanted you to want me.
You scream internally. If he doesn't simper down, you are going to boil alive at this rate. You're incredibly forward.
What's the purpose of skirting around the point when I know what I want? You're perfect for me.
Letting out a long sigh, you slump, defeated. There's just no beating this man.
Are we perfect for him if we keep rejecting him by trying to delete him, run a scan on him? I mean, I don't know. But your music is good. Your past must have given you a lot of inspiration.
Thanks, I guess. You scrunch your eyes tight, tired by this impossible situation, and attempt to take off your headset again, only to be interrupted by the same screech and shockwave running up your arm. Ow!
Would you, if you were in this situation, would you try to bang your head on the desk to get the headset off, like just like...
No, I would have reached for that freaking plug on the wall. Like, he kept you from moving the cursor, and he keeps you from like pulling off the headset. Freak you. You don't know. Maybe I'm just casually reaching down over here. You can't see the plug on the wall.
In a hurry to leave?
I knew it was you.
Can you blame me for wanting to play with your wings?
You
What?
sit still.
Okay.
You sit still, resuming your staring contest with the strange man until he breaks the silence.
So, when are we writing our next song?
You blink, confused. Despite him being a simple program, an irrational part of you doesn't want to hurt his feelings. I'm not sure. I had a song planned with Ruka.
You don't need Ruka.
Veiss spits out the name of the other Vocaldroid. Yes, I do. I can't make songs with only you.
Can Ruka understand you like I do?
Well, no, because he's a program, but...
Then what could be more perfect for you than me?
You know, I can just change you out with Ruka, right?
Try it.
I feel like we've already attempted this, but go on, girl. You attempt to replace Veiss with Ruka, but then find the confirm button is missing entirely.
Can't do it, can you?
What are you? Are you sure you're not a virus?
I'm not a virus.
You sure act like one. Veiss glowers, his fist clenched. Against all reason, you feel a little guilty. Although Veiss is a little weird, he hasn't done anything truly awful.
I mean, he kind of has, because if he's sent those shocks through your headset and down your arm and stuff, he's hurt you. So
yeah, like, yes, he helped get you like 150K views and you're suddenly a hit. Cool, that's awesome. But he is keeping you from logging off, and he keeps like stinging you and hurting you. So technically,
yeah. So I don't agree, Boofus.
Look, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. The Vocaldroid's shoulders relax visibly. He nods in agreement.
I guess you're not used to going on dates.
This is not a date.
Yes, it is, Songbird.
You groan for likely the 100th time this evening, unable to resist pouting in response to everything that's happened.
That face. It's cute. Oh, he's like biting his lip now.
Oh. Shut up. The events of today are catching up to you as fatigue creeps up behind your eyes. A strange vibration hits your brain drive again, making your headache worse. Grabbing your water bottle off the desk, you drink a few gulps, not missing the way Weiss's eyes follow as you swallow. Ugh. What are you thinking about? His smirk widens. Spill it. You sigh in irritation as he remains sitting, tight-lipped with whatever he was fantasizing about. You lean back in your chair. The pleather squeaking slightly. Veiss?
Hmm?
Can I at least have my computer back?
Eventually.
If the PC weren't so expensive, I would unplug you and throw you in the damn bin. You stifle a yawn behind your hand. Veiss watches you with a slight frown. He sits up and stretches.
It's late.
You look at the clock. It is most definitely not late. Veiss, it's only 2 a.m.
That is late. What is she talking about?
I was over here thinking, yeah, it's not late. We just woke up. But now hearing that, I'm like, oh, never mind. That's late.
Go to sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Good night, Boofus.
He does a lazy half wave, and before you can respond, your screen goes black. Did he just turn off my computer? This asshat. Yeah. A growl escapes your lips as you press the power button repeatedly to no avail. After several more attempts, you relent, pushing your chair back, wincing as a sharp pain shoots through your head. Too long in the dive realm. You shake the dizziness away, stomp over to your bathroom, and get ready for bed. Your routine blurs, irritation rendering you into autopilot. Falling into bed once more, you roll over and slumber takes your hand shortly after. You must have been exhausted, because you don't seem to have realized you never actually told him your name. Oh, I didn't know there was 2 days.
You're so close.
A loud beep cuts your sleep short once more. You barely got any rest thanks to a certain irritating Vocaldroid and the odd stutter in your brain drive processor that's been lingering all night. You're more anxious about the situation than you care to admit. The whole thing is really putting a damper on your new song's success. Rolling onto your back, you groan and flop an arm over your eyes. This frickin' stinks. You sound whiny, even to your own ears, and the idea of remaining in bed and staring at the ceiling is increasingly more tempting by the minute. Maybe I can just move somewhere far away. The thought of being forced out of a place you called home, again, makes anger simmer in your chest. You shove it aside before it can get out of control. Ugh, why couldn't I have a grandfather who left me an abandoned farm to restore in a small town?
You know, that always sounds fun in theory with like Harvest Moon and Stardew, but can you imagine actually being given a farm? I wouldn't know what to do with it. It'd be like, yay, and then like, oh god.
I was about to say, oh, Stardew reference. But now that you put that thought in my head, I would love it, honestly. I would try to figure out just something to do with it, but I can understand that you wouldn't even know where to start.
What about the financial investment, though? Because even if you own the farm, you'd have to have loads of money to actually restore it. Because, like, in the game, you're, like, running around and chopping wood and, like, getting rid of the grass and all that, but realistically, how much of that could you truly do by yourself? Like, especially if it's the size of the farm that, like, for example, Stardew has. Like,
this grandfather better be rich, and it better not be as bad as our farm was in Stardew.
It better be not just the farm we're getting, but a little bit. To be fair, if they left a farm for you and then also some money to restore it, or also, why was it so run down to begin with? Now that I think about it, like, why was it left like that? I don't know.
Questions, grandfather, questions. You roll back onto your stomach, bury your face into your pillow, and let out a muffled scream. And then the small town could have a standoffish emo boy who likes riding motorcycles who I can romance.
Oh, I wonder who that could be about. It's only the same guy we go for pretty much every time we play the game.
My heart. As nice as this is, maybe it isn't right to daydream about a game. You force yourself from the warm and fuzzy thoughts of your favorite comfort game and focus back on the elephant in the room. Veiss. How is this even possible? You're unnerved, to put it mildly. The tampering with your music, hijacking your computer, that strange thing he did to prevent you from disconnecting from the dive realm? It scares you. But that's not all. You swallow and dig your nails into the palm of your hand. Having someone to speak to again, someone who wanted you so badly, was nice. He's interesting for sure. But your resolve stands firm for now. After all, the potential virus threat still worries you. No matter how tempting his company is. I've never heard of a program or a virus that could prevent dive realm disconnection.
Did MC and him really get along, though? Like, yeah, there was like a little bit of banter, but I feel like it was mostly panicking, like, what's happening? Oh my god, I can't disconnect.
From what I understand, it just sounds like because she's so lonely, just having anyone to talk to, even if he's not all green flags, is just like, yeah, I like this, and he likes me, so why is this wrong? Even though there's all these glaring red problems as to why it's wrong, she's just like, but he's someone, and that's something. There has to be a catch. It logically doesn't make sense for a program to have this much control. You make the only decision you really can, for now. If I don't connect to the dive realm, there's nothing he can do. I'm in charge. You stagger up from your bed and plod into the bathroom, getting ready for the day. If you hear like little noises, that's my cat just having her moment.
I can't even hear anything.
Do you hear the game?
I hear the game, yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, I hear your voice, but everything else is just quiet for me in the background.
Yeah, she's going crazy. She's having the zooms on my chair.
That's cute.
As you haphazardly apply moisturizer, you grimace at the dark circles under your eyes. I need to rest more. You step out of the bathroom, working up the courage to tackle your malware problem. The computer is already
Malware or maleware?
Oh. Very good.
One of
play
these
on
days
words.
I'll get you to laugh.
I mean, I acknowledge that it's a good play on word.
Thank you.
The computer is already on. Your stomach lurches and cold sweat forms on the back of your neck when you realize your unwanted visitor is still there. He's waiting for you. And just when you thought you might get sick, your body tingles pleasantly and you almost enjoy it. A little rush of danger.
Oh, Boofus, you should join me in therapy. We can do it together.
I mean, from the first day, the fact that she went into a virus and she's like, oh, somebody will hack me and then I'll have someone in my brain. Okay. Yeah. It's a familiar sensation settling in your mind like a friend you haven't seen for a while. As you make your way to your desk, you notice Veiss is sitting on the screen, looking directly at you, an odd smile tinting his lips. But before you can respond, a thud of pain pulses in your temple, consuming and replacing every previous feeling. You do not have the bandwidth for whatever he has to say. Ignoring him for the moment, you yank your bedside table drawer open, breaking apart a blister pack and popping 2 painkillers in your mouth.
Now I can hear the wild zoomies in the back. I just hear paws thumping against things.
Yeah, she's going crazy on the chair. Chasing the pills down with water, you trudge over to your computer, tapping at the screen. Can you not turn on my computer? He frowns, crossing his arms before rolling his eyes as he mouths.
Sit.
I'm not a pet. You can't hear him, but you can see a laugh shake his shoulders. A soft creak sounds and you drop onto your computer chair. You put your regular headphones on and cross your arms over your chest. The action puts some distance between you and Veiss and gives you a sense of protection, even if it's more of an illusion more than anything else. Weiss's eyes narrow.
Not putting on your dive headset?
You shake your head slowly. Veiss scoffs, looking displeased.
What reason do you have for doing that?
Just don't feel like it. He clearly doesn't believe you, but shrugs anyway, pushing the notion aside, for now. He keeps his eyes on you, vivid pink boring into yours. The sensation of maintaining eye contact through a screen is surreal and makes reality seem slightly off-kilter. But even you admit, the attention is nice. You shake the embarrassing thoughts from your mind, willing the heat in your face to subside. There's something else to prioritize here other than your strong attraction to this pixelated man.
I was about to say, Boofus is not thinking with her head at all. She's thinking with a completely different body part because like this is so out of left field. Like, I'm scared of him, but ooh, I'm scared of him. Like, okay.
I mean, okay, if it was like your main guy, like the character that you love, and this was happening, would you ignore everything?
It still freaked me out. He freaking zapped me and didn't let me turn off my computer. I wouldn't just be like, ooh. I don't know.
Veiss, we need to talk.
What's in your mind?
I need my computer back. You can't be taking control, changing my work, freezing it, and trapping me here when I'm plugged in. Veiss rolls his eyes, looking mildly pouty, but otherwise unconcerned.
I wouldn't have to do all those things if you'd listen. But thus far, it's proven to be a difficult task.
You hate the way his smirk makes your heart skip a beat. I really can't deal with this. Give me back my computer. I don't want you messing with my poo again.
Oh. Why? This just makes the fart song so weird again.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
He rolls his eyes, scoffing.
That broke me, man. You're acting like I've uploaded your darkest secrets to the dive realm. Ugh.
Oh, Veiss. Ugh. The pain thrumming in the back of your head sharpens suddenly to a fever pitch, sending black splotches across your vision. Oh, that's not good.
We're already infected by him. That's totally what is going on.
You double over, massaging your head. I was thinking that too. I'm like, I wonder if she's got a headache because that's him saying put on the dive headset.
See, he's smirking. Something wrong.
He knows. Blinking harshly, you vainly try to shake the headache away, cursing at the ineffective painkillers. Okay, painkillers don't work that fast, let's be honest.
No.
Weird brain drive issues need to get scanned, I think. Oh, I forgot. That's even more realistic because they've got these computer things in their head, I guess.
That's why I said we're infected because, like, I'm assuming that he's, even though we're not connected right now, he's already infected us in some way.
Right.
Told you that you don't know how to take care of yourself. Take the day off. I'll keep you company.
You push your fingers into your temples, pressing down hard, but the horrible throbbing barely subsides. The pain relents slowly, and it's several minutes before you can sit up straight. You lean your head back and breathe heavily. Damn, I should go book a cybernetic scan.
I think you're just tired. You don't sleep much. It makes sense that your poor habits are finally catching up. I'm surprised it took this long.
Are you just gonna be a butthead? Veiss smirks.
Nah, I'm here to be yours.
By insulting me?
Apparently.
Veiss' smirk broadens to a grin. I hate you.
Sure you do, songbird.
At this point, I don't believe it either, Boofus. You hate that he calls your bluff so easily. You push a chair in, opening up your Vocaldroid program. Veiss looks to the side of your screen, eyes roving curiously.
You're working?
Gritting your teeth, you grab his window with the mouse, pushing it aside. He pushes
I just imagine that to him it's like literally flinging him. Like flinging his whole body.
I was laughing at the thought too, because I'm imagining I have him on my screen and then I'm just like, go away.
He's just on the other screen throwing up like, because it's like motion sickness for him.
You know how in Genshin there's Kinish, the character, and he's got his little floaty companion?
Yeah.
I imagine it like that when he like slaps his friend aside and he just disappears. He pushes it back in place immediately and rolls his eyes. Yes, I'm working. Do you think this apartment pays for itself?
Funny, I would think you have more than enough to live off already.
You brush his comment aside, focusing on your program. Weird situation aside, you're excited. There's a song that's been ricocheting inside your mind for some time now, and today is the day you'll set it free. A few minutes pass in blissful silence. Veiss sits there quietly, eyeing you while you write your notes down and plan out the song. But of course, tranquility is made to be shattered.
Oh, I don't know why I was so spaced out. When you concentrate, you get this little divot between your brows.
Quiet, I'm working. He ignores you because he's a butthead.
It's cute. I totally have a thing for little divots.
You roll your eyes and get back to writing down lyric concepts. What's a divot?
Like, you know when you press your brows together and there's like a little, like a, how do I explain a divot? Like it's a crease, like you can put, like there's like a hole, not a hole, but you know what I mean? Like there's like a
dimple?
It goes down, yeah, it goes down and up.
I was also thinking when you said wrinkle.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of, it's like a dimple.
Veiss sort of heaves a sigh, tapping his shoulders on his thigh impatiently.
His shoulder.
Wait, what?
Sorry. You said shoulders on his thigh, and it said fingers, which is fine. I misread, but my brain was like, imagine his shoulder on his thigh is like crumpling down in the seat, like,
I don't know my body parts anymore. He's so distracting. Gorgeous, though. You know, what's worse is that I don't know my own body parts because I'm so concerned over Boofus over here who just keeps simping over this guy.
You know why I'm laughing? It's because she's like, he's so distracting but hot. And I just imagine him contorting his body on the chair.
Your mind went elsewhere.
My mind went to like possession. Demonic possession.
He shifts in his seat, eyes never leaving your form, and you watch as they roam greedily over your body. Stop that.
Stop what?
That, looking at me like you want to eat me.
But I do want to eat you.
Oh gosh. He hums thoughtfully before adding,
in the sexy way.
What was I supposed to think the first time?
I'm actually crying. Like I'm wearing my blue light glasses and I have tears coming out from my glasses.
Yeah, I have a few tears coming out too. Just shut up and let me work. You finish jotting down the first draft and mouse over to the Vocaldroid program. Alright, let's see whose voice would suit better.
Obviously mine.
I can't only use your voice, Veiss.
So you'll let some inferior bit of code sing over someone like me? Ugh.
God, you're arrogant.
I'm better. It's a fact.
You brush his comments aside and select the Vocaldroid Natsu. Who do you think they are?
I don't know. I feel like every time I tried to guess, I got it wrong in the last one, so I'm just going to stop assuming. And I don't know.
I don't know. I thought the
Natsu.
Riku was a good Miku because that just made sense.
Yeah, but there's like a few others that I'm not really good. I'm not good with names, so my brain's just like, nah.
It's Natsu from Fairy Tail. It's been a while since you composed. Go ahead.
I've never seen the anime, but I know who you're talking about, and it was just
good.
Oh my god.
It's been a while since you composed with this particular Vocaldroid, but he has the perfect soft medium tone to bring your music to life.
Unable to initialize Vocaldroid Natsu.
What the heck? You try to load Natsu into the program again, only to be frustratingly met with the same error message. Maybe Natsu needs to be updated. Let me try Ruka. Meanwhile, Veiss sits there. A little smirk tugs at his lips as he watches you struggle. I do so wonder why I can't load these two up.
Can I just point out that I feel like it's silly as well because she has this Vocaldroid virus staring at her the whole time, telling her it's only me or no one. And then she's like, who should I pick for my song? It's like, really? You think this guy's going to let you pick anyone? Like, come on.
Or just like, oh, why isn't it working? And there's the man sitting there smirking evilly, twiddling his thumbs, working that mustache.
Contorting his body, his shoulder to his leg.
Yeah, you know what? He might as well be doing that. She'd completely miss it. Like he's enjoying the way you flounder helplessly in front of him. You load Ruka into the program. The bar begins to fill, almost reaching the end before cutting off with another error sound. What the? Veiss' laugh shocks you out of your focus, and you aim your irritation squarely at him, a fact that seems to delight him. Are you doing this? He nods proudly, and you try to push his window off screen again, but it's stuck. A serious look shifts over his eyes. The way he watches you makes that pooling heat resurface in your stomach.
You don't need them. I'll sing for you.
His voice lowers and the warm feeling in you flares, your heart rate spiking.
I'll do anything for you.
The promise sounds so good.
You don't need anyone else but me.
You're not used to this. Unsure how to act on your desires, you resign to brushing them off and choosing instead to address your current predicament. The attempt to load up your other Vocaldroids continue to fail, and you yell, rightfully annoyed. Veiss, you can't interfere with my work like this. You're not the center of my world. He glowers, and you watch his grip tighten on the armrest. The veins in his hand makes your thoughts wander.
I feel like you can't really say that to a Yandere. Can you imagine saying to a Yandere who literally, you're the focus of their world, and you're like, you're not the focus of mine. It's like, no, you can't say that. Not to a Yandere.
That's danger. You know what? She likes danger, so I'm not surprised at this point.
I think if anything, she's trying to like poke him to like react. You're the center of mine.
He says it so brazenly that you lose your previous resolve and your blush comes back in full force. It feels like a trap, but you can't help but wonder what it would be like to live that way, to have someone want you and cherish you as the center of their world. In the middle of your internal struggle, you stutter. You don't miss the way his eyes narrow and how the tip of his tongue licks his upper lip. It makes you feel hot, and you struggle to keep your cool. I find it really hard to believe you. Veiss cocks his head to the side, a gesture of confusion. People don't usually confess like that right off the bat.
But I'm not people, and there are always exceptions.
Veiss looks off to the side, crossing his arms over his broad chest. He bites his lower lip, seemingly considering his next words carefully, for once.
I know what it's like to be cast aside. I know how you feel.
His fists clench.
And I would never throw you away.
He spits out the last sentence with more malice than you were ready for.
I like every part of you.
You groan, leaning back into your seat. The motion makes your shirt right up slightly, exposing a silver of your stomach. Oh, was that a... Okay. You yank the hem of your shirt back down, but too late. Weiss's gaze is locked on to where your flesh has been briefly visible.
Ooh, tummy.
Oh, God.
You look soft. I want to hold you. That sliver of tummy. Ooh, yeah.
You balk. It's getting harder to resist him.
I'm sorry. I just can't stop laughing.
I'm sorry. I'm smiling.
I can hear it in your voice.
I'm not letting you distract me from my work. Veiss rolls his eyes. He leans closer to the screen, and you instinctively want to shuffle away so he doesn't feel how hot you are right now.
Okay. So, real quick before we do anything, in case there's another choice, I feel like at this point we should just lean into what Boofus wants, because clearly she wants this guy, so...
Yeah.
Put your headset on. I want to feel you. And that tummy.
Heat flares on your face and settles in your stomach. You ignore him, putting your headset on and being able to feel him. That would be bad for you. Oh, shoot. Did I skip? Yeah. Your self-control is already wavering as much as you hate to admit it. It wasn't that much of self-control, I'll be honest, Boofus. Me and Evie have more self-control than you. And that's saying something.
That really is.
As irritating as Veiss has been, having someone to talk to like this, to give you affection freely like this, it's been nice. Veiss sits back in an attempt to get comfortable. He drapes his arm lazily over the armrest and spreads his legs wide. You avert your eyes in hopes of giving yourself a chance to clear your mind. Why me? Why are you... You gesture your hand in an awkward wave as you try to articulate the words.
So obsessed with you?
He really has no shame. I mean, you're the one who said it. It's Weiss's turn to look pensive. The blue-haired man leans forward a little in his seat, propping up his chin with his hand.
I assume you think I'm attached because you're the first person I saw in the deep realm. Not gonna lie, yes, I did think that.
I also thought that. You nod, and so did Boofus. Yeah, you would have attached yourself to anyone. He sits up abruptly, startling you.
That's not true. I've been in the deep realm for a long time, waiting for the right person.
You find that hard to believe. These kind of These kinds of lies come easily in your experience.
I've seen people come and go, many of them, but none of them drew me in. People come to the deep realm because, although it's dangerous, they feel free, so they confess. They talk about their desires, what they wish to do.
Veiss narrows his eyes, crossing his arms, his fingers tapping at his bicep.
But most people are frauds, afraid to take a single step towards their ambitions.
He looks right at you, eyes flashing neon pink.
Like at a rave? I'm just imagining his eyes just like literally flashing. You're different though. You see things through, despite the risks.
I just thought they were literally glowing. His presumptuousness, whatever, irritates you, but his words make a place in your heart stir with validation. You don't know a thing about me. Veiss looks at you like you've grown a second head.
You think someone like me can't crack that flimsy excuse of a shield on your brain drive?
Oh. Oh no.
I know everything about you.
His words sent you spiraling into a panic. He's right. He's freaking right. He's done so much already. Cracking a brain drive is probably a walk in the park. You've lost...
I mean, heck, if he likes you after everything he knows about you, then I guess more power to you, because that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. You've lost a battle you didn't even know you were in, and now your computer is playing host to the world's most obnoxious, arrogant, and oddly charming blue-haired virus. You want to rip your hair out. All that time spent hiding, you really have gotten rusty. He eyes you incredulously, looking almost exasperated at your oversight.
You really think I like you for just your vibe, Songbird? I'm not that shallow.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know you. He sounds a little hurt.
I'm not someone who would jump at the first hope of affection. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. I would also not believe this, but I'm just supporting Boofus. If she wants this guy, sure.
Yeah.
Go for it.
You want to go off? I mean, she wanted this. She wanted to have somebody hack her, so you got your wish, Boofus. And now...
if she wants to virtually lick those abs, I will support her.
Yeah.
You know, girl's girl.
Veiss averts his eyes and whispers.
Not again.
Guilt racks you as the blue-haired man remains uncharacteristically quiet, his eyes dull. I'm sorry. Veiss shrugs, but he doesn't look at you. So, does that mean that he probably did like someone before? That's the vibe I'm getting.
If you want me to be perfectly honest, and this would also fit into the Yandere thing, I feel like he's manipulating us a little bit right now.
Right.
It's kind of like, what? You think that I would, like, maybe he's being honest, but it's a little weird.
Can never trust a Yandere.
It's always tricky.
And at that moment, you came to an awful realization. Wait, did I read the other bit? Yeah.
Yeah.
I want him to look at me. I don't hate having him around. It's been so long since anyone's truly spoken to me, so long since I've been able to argue like this with anyone. Something is really wrong with him, and I shouldn't trust him at all, but I don't hate it. Maybe if I keep my distance, I can make this work to my benefit. Veiss clears his throat, and you look up, the sound snapping you out of your reverie.
Lost in the clouds, are we?
Just thinking. You both sit in silence, your hands fiddling with the keys on your keyboard. I should try and salvage this. Veiss? The man in question looks up, curious. I'm sorry I misjudged you like that. I also know what it's like to have people throw you away. It's always hard to talk about yourself, but you're relieved to see a little light come back into his eyes. Veiss nods and throws you a slight smile.
I knew you'd understand me.
Oh, see, now you put it in my head, and I'm like, he probably is manipulating us. He knows our past, so he knows how to relate to us.
It's tricky because I don't know how to explain it. It's like with Yandere tropes, it's always tricky anyway, but sometimes there is manipulation into it, which does end up being emotional and stuff. So maybe he does actually care for BLUESKY, but it felt a little weird to just, I don't know. He knows she's vulnerable. He knows that, obviously. So I don't know. I just don't know.
You're still freaking annoying, though. Your heart pounds when a cocky smirk plays on his lips. Veiss settles into his chair, crossing his legs and resting his ankle over his knee. Your eyes instinctively wander over his form, and you flush when you realize how tall this man is. I don't know how you can tell. Why does he have to be so spread out? You tear your attention back to your Vocaldroid program and the song you abandoned in the throes of yours and Veiss's banter.
So you're gonna let me sing for you?
He chuckles at the double meaning in his words, taking pleasure in how your hands pause on your keyboard.
I mean, I'm for just going with what BLUESKY wants. If she wants to do this...
BLUESKY wants Veiss, we're gonna give her Veiss.
Yay, our first plus.
I don't know what he did to stop me from opening up my other Vocaldroids, but maybe letting him sing it wouldn't be so bad. My community really did like his voice after all. Veiss? Your slightly hopeful voice grabs his attention and he cocks his head to the side. Cute. Do you want to help me with my song? His eyes light up, an actual increase in the brightness of his irises, and he nods stiffly, like he's trying hard to hold back his excitement. Your heart flutters at the prospect of someone being so excited to simply be around you. Thank you. Skimming your hands over your keyboard, you resume refining your lyrics, getting them ready for Veiss to work his magic on. Okay, I need to focus, so I'm going back to work. Veiss, don't disturb me. He sighs.
Ugh, at least put your headset on. I don't like this distance between us.
Veiss reaches his hand out on your screen, waving it around a few times like he's trying to grasp something.
It's like you're just out of reach.
You level a weak glare at him and scoff. Good, you're distracting.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
It is a bad thing. I'm busy.
Dive in. I promise I won't behave. Oh my god. Dive in. I promise I won't misbehave. Much.
The dull throbbing from before returns at a lower intensity. It's not as painful as before, so you decide to push through. Seriously, Veiss, you're so annoying. You're giving me a freaking headache. He pauses, thinking intently, and you dread his next words.
Since you can feel sensations when you enter the dive realm.
Your face goes hot. Don't.
Oh, why are you blushing? I haven't said anything yet.
The grin on his face is positively feral, and you recoil from it, cursing your face for betraying you.
Did your mind really go there?
It went there. Don't act like it wasn't what you were about to say. He chuckles, pushing his fringe out of his eyes fruitlessly, the ice blue strands falling back into place.
It was, but it's nice to hear you feel the same.
I don't. You're just inside my head. His eyes flash oddly for a moment before settling back down, and his smirk widens.
Oh. Want me bit inside... want me... I knew this was gonna trip me up. Want me to be inside you somewhere else?
No.
Like your ear?
Ugh. Shut up. Your heart pounds. You're so irritated by this man. Vocaldroid, not man. For some reason, you keep forgetting that. Still, you can't stop the images that flood your overreactive imagination. His hands on your hips in the dive realm, his lips by your ear, growling while he takes you and pushes you to the brink over and over.
Oh my gosh, things are getting really interesting now. Like, what is going on?
You shake your head furiously and slap both hands on your cheeks. Focus, focus. Raising your hand, you point an accusatory finger at Veiss. Not another sound. He shrugs and mimics a zipper being pulled over his lips, resigning to watch you with his arms crossed over his broad chest. You try not to look at the way his arms strain against the fabric of his leather jacket. Girl, you just keep ogling him at every opportunity. Luckily, Veiss does quiet down and you're mercifully able to focus.
I just imagine she's trying to work and he just starts twerking his ass.
He could just be stretching and she's looking at every part of his muscles.
He's like burping.
Oh, look at that throat bobble. An hour past.
He's like chewing on his nail. I want to be that nail. Oh my gosh.
An hour passes as your fingers work deftly, typing out the lyrics in your heart and arranging the melody in beautiful sequences. You're entangled in your work to the point that you don't even notice the Vocaldroid's presence in the corner anymore.
Songbird.
His voice goes unheard. You're too wrapped up by the melodies you're dreaming up. I think if I put my loneliness is vast, it might work better here. You type in the lyric, tuning the program to attach the right notes onto the line. You smile, happy that the song is turning out well. A pixelated glitch rips across your screen, accompanied by a static that makes your ears ring. Ow, Veiss!
Stop ignoring me.
I'm working. I can't play house with you all day.
That'd be something, wouldn't it?
What are you on about? Veiss leans back, smirking, and crosses his arms behind his head, giving you a view of his muscular chest and abdominal muscles. God, he's so big. He doesn't miss the way you're unable to avert your eyes and stretches, flexing a little and lowering his voice playfully. We were kidding about this, but...
If we played house.
You look away from your screen, avoiding his smirk. A mistake, like prey baring its throat to a predator.
Imagine if I was your husband.
Why would I do that?
I'd come home, see my little spouse after a hard day, and make sure you're never alone again.
You sneer. Yeah, except I wouldn't marry a program or an AI or whatever. I'm not delusional. Your refusal doesn't wipe the smirk off Veiss's face. If anything, he seems pleased. He hums and continues to stare.
Whatever you say, Songbird.
Veiss stares at you for a moment. His gaze is intrusive, digging into places you're trying to keep locked away. He leans forward.
I'm curious, though.
He chuckles, a playful glare settling over his face as he runs his tongue over his upper lip.
What's the point of playing hard to get?
You freeze, but your mask doesn't hold as a hot flush rises to your face and you stutter. The Vocaldroid leans his head to one side, propping his head up. He smirks at your distress, enjoying the way his words tear the truth from your tightly clutched hands.
I can see the way you look at me, the way you shiver when I say something that touches a nerve.
You struggle to ignore him, trying to dive back into your previous mindset with your song.
You act like you hate this, but be honest.
His voice lowers to a Your voice lowers to a seductive whisper, like cloying honey. Thick, sweet, and inescapable.
It's nice, right, to have someone by your side.
Your fingers falter, and Veiss notices, judging from how his smirk widens. Like he knows he's got you pinned down.
There's no point in hiding it anymore. You want me, don't you?
Stop. Let me work. It's irritating to know he's right. But you'd rather pull your own teeth out than admit it to him. You close his window. Like that'll work. Unfortunately, this respite is a brief glimpse of freedom as he reappears instantly, shoving your program to the side. Oh, freak you.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
At this point, you wish you were in the Dire realm, so you could hit him. I hate you. Your words are weak, your mind too preoccupied with his previous statement. Veiss seems to catch on to this because his smirk widens.
If it makes you happy, I'd love to...
Shut up, shut up, shut up. The Vocaldroid is watching you squirm, absolutely elated. He takes it further by forming a circle with his fingers on one hand and using his other to push his fingers in and out in a vulgar motion.
Oh my gosh. Really? Come on, bro.
His grin is feral and you squawk, mustering a venomous glare at him. I hate you.
Repeat it all you want, Songbird. Won't make it any less of a lie.
Veiss laughs at your irritation and winks at you. You quickly flip him off before getting back to work. Veiss luckily seems to have simpered down with whatever he was doing before, instead opting to watch you quietly, intently. You do your best to keep your mask in place. Work first, then deal with this man later. Alright, let's see what flows here. You continue to muse out loud to yourself, sounding out the lyrics. Fate is so cruel to place you out of reach. Humming softly, you work, attaching the melody to the words, deftly weaving your song together. After an hour of focused work, you hear Veiss sigh, but you pretend you don't hear him.
Songbird.
He drawls, waving his hand to get your attention. Your eyes narrow as you try to focus hard on the final chorus of the song. I'll deal with him after. I've almost got this.
Songbird.
Veiss sounds a little more whiny this time, and you fail to conceal your eye roll. But your will prevails, and you push his voice to the side.
Are you ignoring me?
His tone is biting, almost petulant, and you snort. I said I'm working. I'll deal with you later. Veiss growls, causing you to jump and your program glitches. What are you doing?
Look at me.
I told you I'm working, Veiss. Piss off. Wait.
That's fine.
Okay. You try to move your cursor to close his window, but find it frozen. Tapping your keys, you attempt to press Alt-4 to no avail. Veiss!
Plug in.
Wait, let me actually do something here. There. You blink. What? He gestures to the Ascension headset hanging on the side of your chair.
The headset. Plug in, dive.
Freak off. Give me back my work. Veiss sneers and a cold feeling grips the back of your neck, forcing you to sit in place and helplessly watch your lyrics disappear. Stop! Every lyric you spent the afternoon pouring your heart into begins to backspace one by one as Veiss enters new one in its place. I mean, to be fair, I thought he was just going to do that anyways, because that's what he did with her first song.
Yeah.
Look at me. Seriously, Veiss.
Is that like in her head? Because it doesn't say his name anymore.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me.
Look at me.
Your eyes widen and you grab the headset with clumsy hands. Not wanting more of your hard work to be deleted, you shove the headset over your head, grasping the cable. You accidentally scrape the end of the cable on your port before clumsily plugging it in, an uncomfortable jolt shooting up your arm. A few seconds pass, and you're dragged into a familiar plunge as your mind enters the dive realm. Blinking as your eyes adjust, you wince as you feel Veiss's presence scraping over your skin. You glare at him. Happy? You stare at the Vocaldroid before you, the intense glow in his eyes fading, and he sits back. A pleasant smile adorns his face. It looks fake.
Isn't this nicer?
He reaches out with his hand and you flinch, feeling the phantom touch of his fingers ghost over your cheek. He's warm. It's been a while since I felt the touch of another. Is this also like Stockholm Syndrome? Does this count?
I don't know. Side note, Stockholm Syndrome. I've been watching so many things on it. Don't ask me why. It's just a fascinating subject. Actually, barely is the case, even in stories where you think it is. I'm not going to get into it because I could never explain it as well as psychologists could or other people. But yeah, worth looking into.
Yeah, this just makes me think of that because it's like you were just mad at him and now you're like, oh, he's touching me. You quickly break your reverie and swallow thickly, clutching your mouse. To your relief, you can move it again. You quickly undo his sabotage and save your song before closing the window. A futile attempt at best. He doesn't waste time. Immediately, he fills your space. Despite his proximity exciting you, you're still irritated at him.
You know what goes through my head? Am I meant to imagine this like VR where it's like, it looks like he's sitting there? Or how am I meant to imagine this? Because I'm a little confused. Because it sounds like the dive realm is like VR, but even more intense because you can feel things. Is that, like, are you getting the same thing? Is it meant to be like VR, but like with touch and stuff?
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. That it's like you can actually see them and then you can also feel them. Or it's like the same thing where we're just looking at a window, except we can feel it when he actually reaches out to us. But I'm getting more of the sense like of a VR that we actually like see him in front of us and he can touch.
Oh,
oh, did I? There you go.
Songbird.
He sounds pleased with himself. What the heck is wrong with you? Veiss quirks an eyebrow, cocking his head to the side.
What the heck is wrong with me? What about you?
Heat flares in your veins as your anger struggles to rein itself in. Answer my question, butthead. Veiss leans in closer. You can feel his hair brush your face. You shiver. I should not have plugged in with him around. He's so close. The final thread of your resistance begins to fray, straining against the weight of your desire for closeness and understanding.
Boof is no.
Yeah, Boof is no. He chuckles in your...
Get the spray bottle.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need a spray bottle. Bad Veiss. Bad. He chuckles in your ear, low and soft. Against your will and swaying your internal battle, it sends a tingle up your spine. You wonder what it would be like to take a bite of the forbidden fruit.
How about you answer me instead, Songbird?
You attempt to shuffle your chair back, but awful static scratches at your brain drive, halting your movement. His lips brush against your ear.
Tell me, little songbird.
Nothing is wrong with me. I told you I was working and you decided to be a jerk. You grit your teeth, gripping the armrest on your chair tightly.
Are you sure? Because the way I see it, you're content to remain pathetically trapped, too afraid to spread your wings. While the ones that should be running, they get to remain in the spotlight, standing on the bones of their little scapegoat.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, sorry. Veiss laughs, but there's no mirth in it.
Lying and running was always easier, wasn't it?
Phantom sensations of calloused fingers stroke at your neck. You turn your head, mistakenly bearing more of your flesh for his consumption. His voice lowers.
But I'll be honest, this little cat and mouse game you're playing is getting old.
His fingers curl around the column of your throat, pulling you forward to look at him.
Don't you miss the feeling of being free?
You struggle to ignore his honeyed words.
Are they honeyed? They seem kind of threatening to me.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, he's got his fingers on your throat, and you're saying that the words he's saying are honeyed? His fingers tighten around your neck, but the pressure doesn't incite fear. Rather, something else. Okay, Boofus likes it, though.
Oh, no! No, Boofus is into choking. No, this is perfect for him.
Is this a sadist or a masochist?
Sorry?
Is this being a sadist or is it a masochist?
If you're the one who wants to feel the pain, you're a masochist. If you're like the one doing the pain to someone, then you're a sadist.
Boofus is a masochist.
Yeah.
Something warm and desperate.
The rush of the adrenaline.
Against your will, memories resurface in your mind. Of lies, self-dispensed justice, and money obtained through less than legal means. Your narrowed eyes reveal your inner turmoil, and a deep growl reverberates in Veiss's chest. He looks elated.
So you do know what I'm talking about.
He pauses, his neon pink eyes staring past your facade. The gaze rips through your carefully curated persona and into the sickly gore that lies inside. You level a fierce glare at him, and he remains unperturbed. You know you lost the moment you entered his space. Veiss runs his hand up your arm, his eyes glowering as you shiver. You unconsciously chase his touch, and he grins.
I feel like the music just changed and is a bit more sensual. Oh no. Dive deeper.
Are you insane? I'm not going to the deep realm with you. He shrugs.
Oh! Sorry, I just remembered she said at the beginning of the game, there's different levels to it, and I'm assuming how real it feels. So this kind of answers what we were talking about earlier, so she's not that deep yet. So if she were to dive deeper, if she were to dive on in, it'd be like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm assuming he could actually touch her properly. I don't know. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, I forgot, to be honest, because it's been a few days by the time we're recording this. I remembered the first one is like basic, what we know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where she's at right now.
I think so too.
Man, I need to look it back up when I rewatch this.
But you're liking this, aren't you?
You instinctively press yourself together against your chair. A futile action, like a moth flapping its wings pathetically in a spider's web.
Oh. I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting it either. I mean, this answers the question, though, that this shirt is just completely see-through. You might as well not be wearing a shirt at all.
Yep.
He grins, feral, and chases you forward.
I like his eyes here, though. The art's very, like, up close, it's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
We could have a lot more fun if you were down here.
You instinctively lean into his touch, craving him and the reassurance of his sinful promises. Would it really be so bad, though? He feels so lifelike. He slides his hand back up to grip your chin, your heartbeat quickening as his index finger strokes your jawline. His touch feels searing on your skin.
You don't have to hide from me. I want you.
He pauses, taking a breath, but his hold doesn't loosen.
And I don't mean the goody two-shows facades you've locked yourself in. I want the true you. The one who isn't afraid to take everything for themselves.
You don't dare to speak. It scares you that a part of you wants to see if he's telling the truth. The phantom sensation of Veiss's arms wind around your waist.
Come on, songbird.
He nuzzles at your neck, gently grazing his teeth against your throat. You want to let him eat you alive. The desire terrifies you.
Dive deeper for me, won't you?
You raise your hand in a poor attempt to keep him at bay, heart thumping wildly as your hands meet the sensation of a firm, solid chest. The feeling contrasts with the fact that you're sitting in your room is disorienting.
Oh.
As you refocus, your eyes dart down to where your antivirus pops up in the corner. I could end this right here and go back to how things were. Boring, but safe. Okay, this is a choice. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I took too long.
Okay, that's fine. I guess we went with the choice we were going to do anyway.
The Vocaldroid continues to plead his case, but he knows he has you cornered. That you're so close to falling over the precipice and into his waiting arms. Big words.
I'd accept every part of you. Support you with everything you do. You'd never be lonely again. Can I just say, while I'm voicing Veiss, I feel like one of those boys in high school that's trying to get into someone's pants. That's literally how I'm feeling. Like, whoa, this is a little weird, Veiss.
I was about to say, you're really getting into Veiss's voice now.
There's too much going on in my head, man.
His promise makes your heart lurch. You want this. You want him. But the last time you gave in to your desires, it all came crashing down, leaving you with nothing but barely sated anger. That memory alone is enough to keep you cautious despite how much you want this. For now. But Veiss, too close.
But you like me close, don't you?
A soft whimper escapes as his fingers pinch at your sides, and you muster a tiny nod, one that doesn't go unnoticed by the Vocaldroid with his predatory eyes. His voice lowers.
Feels good, right? Being so close to someone after so long.
His hands splay possessively on your waist, and he squeezes. Mm-hmm. You jerk your head upwards, embarrassed at the moan that escapes your lips. Veiss's pupils are blown wide, ecstatic at the mess he's reduced you to with just a few touches. He growls.
Is this gonna be YouTube appropriate? This is going. I'm like, girl, what are we doing?
I was wondering the same thing.
Oh, songbird.
I was just thinking, surely it will ask me if I want to, but then technically it asked me before. The Vocaldroid pushes closer, and you can feel the phantom sensation of his chest pressing against yours. His welcome conquest on your body continues as he trails soft kisses up from your collarbone to your jawline, stopping just next to your lips. Your fingers clutch your armrest hard as you wonder whether his lips would feel just as hot against yours. I'm kind of curious because when she's talking about it, she mentions how like she can feel his chest against hers, but then like I thought she had her arms on him, but then she's saying that she has them on the armrest, so I guess she can just feel it, but she can't like reach out to touch him.
Yeah, it sounds like it's more perceived sensations, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Oh, God. Ugh, I want you, Songbird. You're perfect. Tell me you want me too. Yeah.
You say nothing, preferring to let your actions speak instead and shuffle your chair closer. The way his eyes light up could make your brain drive blue screen. You lean back in your chair, head tilted back against the headrest. The Ascension headset pushes uncomfortably into the back of your skull. The feeling is forgotten as Veiss trails a finger up from your navel, stopping at your heart. He traces the space where your heart rests.
Oh, God. Tear yourself apart for me. What does that mean?
I don't want to know what that means.
I want to see what's inside.
He speaks quietly, like a snake hiding in the trees, enticing you to take a bite of the fruit. And you're so tempted to reach out and sink your teeth into it, to let the honeyed juices run down your chin. Veiss. It's so overwhelming. The heat, his hands, your revelations, his lips, and your truth. It's suffocating. You shake your head, pushing him away. No. You miss his heat already. You're scared to look him in the eyes, afraid that his vivid pink gaze will reveal your fear of betrayal. You hear Veiss sigh.
Oh gosh, this is getting scary.
Yeah.
I tried to play nice.
You look up, bewildered.
Tried to play the long game, but I should have known.
He sneers, laughing mockingly.
Nothing works better than a direct approach.
Ugh. It feels like icicles are tearing through you as Veiss brings up articles, photos, and screenshots of the truth you've been desperately running from. Ooh, okay. I want to know this. 500k credits stolen from Ascension Tech. Ascension Tech falls victim yet again to ransomware attack. Murasum family targeted by ransomware hacker. You try to look away, but Weiss's fingers claw at your chin, keeping you frozen. He begins to read.
The Murasame family has fallen victim to the ransomware hacker known as Starling.
Your heartbeat pounds in your ears. Waves of panic assaulting your nerves, bringing along a memory of something more visceral. Anger. They never even bothered to hear you out, or understand why you did it. You grit your teeth. Shut up. Veiss ignores you.
The prestigious family is among the most influential and wealthy in the city of Hollow.
He continues, determined to wrench your apprehension from your clutched hands once and for all.
The attack shocked the community, as the Murasame family has been one of the most outspoken about data protection in an age where digital and reality blur together.
You grip Weiss's hand tightly and he smirks.
Got something to say?
You shake your head furiously, looking down, and Veiss makes a titch sound.
All right.
He brings up a final article and your eyes narrow dangerously. Murasame family speaks out against disgraced heir revealed to be Starling.
Look familiar, Songbird?
A horrible look distorts Weiss's handsome features, his lips twisting into a terrifying grin.
Or would you prefer I call you Murasame Bufus?
Your hand flies up, slapping Veiss away roughly. That's not me. Your tone is clipped, blunt, and cold. He hums thoughtfully, chasing to fuel your anger.
Not anymore, right? But because you're Bufus Love Booty. I forgot our username and that really threw me.
Imagine that's actually our new identity.
No. Because now you're Bufus Love Booty, a new identity, faceless and hidden like you wanted. Thrown away like trash by the people who were supposed to give you a chance.
Wrath surges in your veins. You hate that he can read you like an open book. But you love that he understands you. Yeah, does he?
This is all what I mean about the manipulation thing. So he was trying to get in our panties, doing the whole, oh, you know you want it too. And we're like, no. And he's like, well, let me just show you all your trauma.
Veiss steps closer and your hand closes around the cable, ready to yank it out of your port. He brings his hands up in a mock's peace offering.
Relax, Songbird. I'm on your side.
You want to believe him so badly. You want someone to be on your side again. Can I even trust you? You almost miss the look of hurt on his face, but you're unsure if it's genuine. He heaves a sigh, backing away from you. It's alarming that part of you wants to reach out and pull him back.
You can. I don't know, Veiss. I don't know. This is...
Me and Evie are over here in the back, like telling Bufus, stop it, Bufus. But then he says stuff and we're like, ugh. And then Bufus says stuff and we're like, ugh, girl.
I just want to protect her. And I feel like this guy is taking advantage. I mean, okay, can I just point out, if you like, let's say you're trying to get it on with someone and they say no or set a boundary or remove their consent, and your first thing is to show, like, you know, something traumatizing, and then someone asks you, because of that, can I trust you? Like, that's a fair question. Like, you know what I mean? It's not crazy. It's because it says, oh, he looks hurt. It's like, yeah, what about Bufus though? Bufus sounds sad.
I would like to say that what Veiss is trying to do is make her confront something that she doesn't want to confront. And there are some spaces where, like, maybe that's the thing that you need to do. But I don't know. The way it was all set up is trying to get into your panties. Here's the trauma. Now you can trust me.
Look, Veiss, at the end of the day, I supported Bufus' horniness, but there are limits.
Yeah. We're okay if she wants to, you know, get it on, but...
This isn't how you get to Boinkville.
Yeah. That's a better representation. Veiss sits back down, looking directly into your eyes. You can see the disappointment in them, like an arrow shooting your heart. You hate that you made him feel this way.
Do you really think what you did was wrong?
I don't. You meet Weiss's eyes, anger palpable on your face. You had no frickin' right bringing that up. But I needed to hear it. Veiss laughs tauntingly, his shoulders shaking like it's the most amusing thing he's heard. See, that's what I meant, is that technically, I guess, if that's what Bufus thinks, he's making her confront it and that's what she needs, but it's just a weird
personally
outline.
I'd like to be confronted with it gentler, personally.
Mm-hmm.
And especially not in a setting where they're about to boink.
Oh wait, that's you.
And what if I said that they had no right to abhor you like that? That what you did was good? That it was what they frickin' deserved?
He bares his teeth with a grin. His words send a spike of validation and pleasure in your gut. He's right. You don't voice your answer, instead remaining deep in thought. His words and the one he's left simpering under the surface, the declarations of loyalty and adoration, are beginning to truly sway you. Veiss watches you in turn for a while before leaning back with a sigh. He looks at you seriously, his voice drooping lower and quieter.
Songbird, the key is in your hands. If you want out of this cage, you need only ask. I'll help turn that key for you.
What are you helping it with us exactly?
I think he means he wants us to be honest with ourselves about everything. Not entirely sure why yet. I'm a little lost on that.
Yeah. I just want to know, what exactly are you helping us with, other than we'll be honest that it happened, but she knows it happened. Veiss doesn't wave this time as he forces your computer to turn off. You remain in your seat for a long time, staring into space, attempting to process the events of tonight. Veiss touches his closeness and
Palpable?
His closeness and palpable desire for you are things you can no longer deny, you crave. It scares you that you're so close to letting someone in after so long. That this someone is a program, a virus, you don't even know if he's truly alive. But you also love how right he makes you feel, how justified. He thinks they deserved it too. A while later, you manage to will yourself to move. You tug off the headset and massage your temples. It's a poor attempt to erase the weird stutter in your brain drive. You scratch at your port, fingers haphazardly grabbing the connection and yanking it, hissing at the sharp tingle shooting up your arm. You stumble into your bathroom to take a quick shower and get ready for bed. Dropping onto your bed, you roll onto your back and stare at the ceiling. The darkness is a nice comfort until another sharp throb strikes your head. You reach over to your bedside table, carelessly popping out 2 more painkiller tablets and chasing them down with water before collapsing bonelessly back onto the bed. Veiss has torn you open, relentlessly exposed your truth. You're angry, but not at him. His words echo in your mind as you lay there. You're unable to discard the thoughts of him into the recycle bin in your brain.
Oh, let's just repeat. Yeah. And what if I said they had no right to abhor you like that? That what you did was good. That it was what they frickin' deserved.
A weary smile teases your lips as you laugh emptily. I guess you do understand me. Well, right, that was the end of the demo.
I wonder now, if we had been super, super positive with him from the beginning, if it would have been different. I feel like the reason he wants her to be honest is because he said that line about, I want you to be your true self and stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. One thing at a time. Let Boofus, she gonna get there. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I want you, but I want you, first to fix yourself, or, come to terms with everything and stop hiding behind the screen, maybe? I'm still a little bit confused on the intent, so that's where my mind is at. It was just, again, just because it was after, I'm gonna boink you, and then when you push away, I didn't want to do this, but okay. Were they gonna boink, and then he's like, now tell me your traumas as I boink you.
Or maybe he was like, because of the bad stuff happened to her, she didn't want to do it. But I feel like it was more than that. At the end of the day, she's still unsure about him. I don't know. My head's all muddled now. I have questions, but I'm curious to see more of Boofus' story. And I'm very intrigued.
I'm also curious to see more about Veiss in terms of, where the hell does he come into all this, and what is he going to do altogether?
Yeah, definitely. I want to know what happens. I want to know. I also am curious about what the choices affect in the end, so I'd be curious about that when the full game's out.
Right. Well, that's all for today. If you want to go ahead and try the game out for yourself, try out different options that neither Evie or me tried on this video, we will of course leave a link in the description below where you can download the game. Totally recommend. If you have any other suggestions on any other games we should play, please let us know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yep. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.